Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Married to Medicine Season 11 Episode 10 review. Finally, we got a good episode. It took us 10 episodes, but we finally have gotten a good episode this season. This is literally the best episode so far of Season 11. I'm gonna skip the whole relay race thing and get straight to the point. So Heavenly tells Simone that night when they're supposed to be having a pool party, that she invited Apollo and that he's coming, and that I guess he's not bringing his wife Shireen, but we saw in the trailer that they were coming down a ramp holding hands with each other. So I don't know if she's going to end up coming on the trip or something. But yeah. And she says that she invited him because she wanted him and Phaedra to talk about how they have become amicable being co-parents and being exes. You know what I'm saying? To hopefully help with T, Quad, Gregory, and the King situation of it all. I just personally think that she invited the man to be messy. I don't think she bit more care about that topic. She did it to shake the table, okay? And that is what they're getting paid the big bucks to do. Is it quite messy? Yes, because there's no reason that Apollo should be coming on a couple's trip on a show called Married to Medicine. Now, if we were married to felons, perfect. But him nor his new wife are married to medicine. So he has no reason to be on here. Just like Quad and King. Why are they there? So, Phaedra's boo from the speed dating actually comes to be her date for this couple's trip. And, they got chemistry with one another. They seem to both be very attracted to one another, which is cute for them. None of the other ladies knew that she was bringing somebody, so they were quite shocked when she came down to the pool party with him. And it was quite precarious to me that certain people, a la Heavenly, were questioning the fact that she brought somebody with her. I'm like, this is a couple's trip. Thomas, she ain't bring nobody with her last year. Maybe she didn't have nobody last year. Didn't her and that man break up by the end? The quote unquote doctor that we never saw. Let's talk about Phaedra shouldn't be here at all. Like, she's not married to medicine. She's not in the medical field. So why is she here? Like, there's so many people that should not be here. Okay. So as they're playing couples game, because they soon find out that this is not a pool party, and that they're doing the annual couples quiz that they do every couples trip on Married to Medicine. Like, you have to know that this is coming. But we learn that King has a daughter, a 9-year-old daughter, and I was shocked to find that out. And Quad just praises him as being a really good father and all of this. But is it just me? Can y'all see Quad being a stepmother to somebody? She just seemed like she would be an evil stepmama. She don't seem like she would be like cool. Like, she seemed like she'll be like telling you, don't touch that. Like, ooh, like, do she gotta come over here this weekend? She seemed like the type that'll be nice to you in front of, her spouse, but then when he ain't around, she just like, this little girl get on my goddamn nerves. Like, I can't stand her and her mama. Like, one of them. It's like, she don't give me the good motherly vibe. But however, she says that she wants to have a child with him after seeing how great of a father that he is to his daughter. Okay, I see Quad as a mother. Quad just seemed like she's so into Quad that she wouldn't want the competition of a baby. I don't know. I just really can't see her as a mother. She did real good with her nephew, but that's her nephew. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She just seemed like she'd be a strict mama. I don't know. And then all of them Oscar speeches she be doing, like, don't no kid want to hear all that. Like, no, 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 no. Now, mind you, as they're playing this game, she and King are literally sitting a few feet in front of Gregory and Sweet Tea. You know, Gregory, you can tell, is visibly uncomfortable by hearing the answers to these questions, but he's keeping it cool, he's keeping it cute, and he's keeping it on mute. Like, he was really, trying to show self-restraint and self-control regarding this situation, because even though they've been divorced for quite a few years, that's still somebody that you shared a significant part of your life with, that you were around on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be very comfortable for both of them to be around one another, and obviously for both of them they're still harboring ill will towards each other, but I think that Gregory is doing a better job at controlling his emotions than Quad. And we're going to get into that in just a second. So then they ask, how many times a week or whatever do you have schmecks with your partner? And Quad and King put 15. And they was like, 15 times a week. Like, girl, she was like, no, I'm actually talking like a day. Like, sometimes it'd be even more than that or whatever. And they all looking at her like, girl, bye. Now, 15 times a week is crazy, but they knew. When you in that new phase with a man or a woman or whatever, y'all humping each other like rabbits or whatever. I myself have gone in one day, it was 7 times. And that was a time, honey. Ooh, that was a time. Ooh, that day was a time. So it can be done. You know what I'm saying? But on a weekly basis, like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, girl, your vagina is swole. That monkey, okay, is looking like a fist, okay? But everybody is calling cap on them, and once again, Gregory and Sweet Tea are sitting right behind them, and he didn't make a face or anything. Like, he was being real stoic about the situation. And then when it came to him and Sweet Tea to answer, she was like, they both were like, twice a week, but when it's ovulation time, we really try to get it in there. And here go drunk Quad. Quad at this point has had too many rum punches and talking about some, y'all need to have more schmecks. We need a lunch for baby. I'll throw the baby shower and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it was so cringy and it made me uncomfortable, and I ain't even got nothing to do with it. Everybody else was uncomfortable, and it was like, what are you doing, Quad? Like, obviously this is the drunk you speaking, but drunks speak the truth. And Gregory was just sitting there. He wasn't saying anything. Sweet Tea was going along with it, laughing or whatever, just trying to, I don't even know, like, just go with the flow, I guess. But at that point, it's obvious that she's drunk. I don't know if they didn't show it or not, but I don't understand why nobody didn't say, quiet girl, stop. Like, focus on the game, focus on your man, like, stop. Because, like, why are you saying that to them? Why are you even talking to them about their schmeck's life? And I didn't even remember it until it was voiced later on in the episode that she had stopped having schmecks with Dr. Gregory for 3 years leading up to their divorce. So that had to be like a knife to the gut with her saying, y'all need to have more schmecks. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it seem like, that if I was him, it would make me feel like you A, trying to be funny, you B, trying to make it seem like, I guess, sex with me ain't good, or that I'm a lame in the bed, that I'm only having sex with my wife twice a week or whatever. Meanwhile, you over here getting your back broke in. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. You was being funny. And let's talk about the fact that he wanted to have a baby with Quad. Quad never wanted to have children with him. So now you being even funnier, poking at me, talking about y'all need to have a baby Lunsford and I'll throw the baby shower. Like, you being funny, bitch. Like, why are you even talking to us? And then I'm looking at King like, as her new man, why you ain't check her and be like, yo, chill out? Cause what are you doing? Cause now you disrespecting me as your new man. And he just sitting there looking. She started all of this. She started it all. So quiet, drunk, and just keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. And Toy was like, it's awkward because Dr. G is behind you. I'm uncomfortable for him, you know. And Quiet Times, it's not awkward for me. I ended that marriage. Like, once again, you're doing team too much. And like, King, get your bitch. Because she's embarrassing both of y'all. Because why are you even bringing it up? It's given that you're pressed. It's given that you're bothered. And as your new man that you're supposed to be so in love with and want to have babies with, why are you even bringing this up? Because obviously this is stuff that you still harbor. And as your new man that you trying to build a life with, you being not only disrespectful to me, but to our relationship and the feelings that you say you have for me. Like, I would have been turned off. I would have got up and walked away since you so focused on your ex. Like, what's going on? Because she started all of this. Remember that she started all of this. That man did not say nothing to her this whole time on this trip, right? So obviously it's giving me that Quad was the one that was bothered by their presence. Even though she got this fine specimen of a man with the body, with the money and all of that, but you still tripping off Gregory. You still tripping off Gregory. So Quad was like, I'm supporting this marriage all the way. And G finally said something, even though I wish he wouldn't have, but he did because I guess, a person can only take so much. He was like, we don't care what you think. And she was like, well, I don't care what you think since you want to go there. Bitch, you been with her. Like, huh? And Gregory's like, you don't help people. You got a big effing mouth. I was like, get her, Gregory. Get her. So then Sweet Tea jumped in and was like, quiet, quiet. You're cute. You're cute. And she was like, I'm glamorous. I'm what you want to be. Like, why do you keep on saying this girl want to be like you? Once again, it's giving that you're mad that he's moved on with somebody else and that he's happy. You wanted him to be this nerdy loser psychiatrist that you left and you felt like he wasn't gonna never do no better than you. And he's moved on and found happiness and building a life with this other woman. Because why are you keep on trying to down her, acting like talking about some she want to be like you? What is there to be like? What is there to be like, ma'am? Please. What is there to be like? Your weave and your wigs be trash. You can't dress. Outside of being on this show, you don't have another job. I'm so like, you got a cute shape, but like this girl at least is accomplished and has done stuff. Like, I'm so confused. So Gregory is like, babe, 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 you be good. You be good. You be good. You get a car. You get a car. You get and I'm like, Gregory, like you're spazzing, like you're losing it. Like it was at this point, it was just out of control because I understood where he was coming from, trying to tell T not to argue with her, but you need to take your own advice because you shouldn't even say nothing back to her. If anything, you should have said, babe, you know what? Well, let's call it a night. Or how about we go to the pool? Or how about we go take a walk? Like, we ain't got time for this negativity. And y'all should have got up and just walked away. You know what I'm saying? Because that would have shown how unbothered you were, that you ain't phased, that you're in a good place with your new person. Let her be the drunk, belligerent fool. But that's not what happened. And Quiet Thompson, the volume is loud over there. My man would never talk to me like that. And then she was like, that's a red flag, and basically throwing out little innuendos about him being a schmusive, because that's what she claimed while they were married. And I'm like, once again, it's giving press like a panini. Because for me, if this man was all of those things that you have said that he was in this marriage, I wouldn't have anything to say to him. I wouldn't even, like, you don't even exist to me. If I got a man like this sitting next to me, like, what? Somebody ain't telling the truth, and it's looking like Quad. So, Quad in her confession times, I feel like he was probably already bothered by your presence. She says this to King, and he was like, why? And she was like, because you're with his ex-wife. You want him to feel some type of way. You wanted him to pop off and argue with you so you could get the validation that, yep, he still cares. I can still make him mad. I can still get to him. And once again, if I'm King, I'm looking at you sideways, because why, once again, does it even matter? And T, the same thing. The same thing. To an extent. To an extent, because like I said, she started with him. He didn't say anything to her. And I do think that he genuinely loves and is in love with T and happy with their relationship. But I also think that Quad and that marriage is still a big trigger for him. You gotta remember, she accused this man of the A word. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with you neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big accusation to make against somebody. So I would hate your ass too, to be real. So, Quiet Thomas. Okay, so the game is over at this point. Gregory is upset with T for engaging with her. I honestly feel like he was more so mad that he reacted. I don't think that he was necessarily mad with Sweet Tea. I think that he took his anger out on her, which was not fair, because all she was doing was trying to defend you and your feelings in y'all marriage. And I think that he took his anger that he wanted to take out on Quad out on her, and that was not fair to her at all. So Quad is being loud. Thomas, I'm not Mrs. Lunford. We know that. Do you? Thomas, I said I'm gonna trade that motherfucker in to be Mrs. King. Girl, you didn't even know King. Like, what are you talking about? And if I'm King, I would have left her ass standing there. So King come over to Thompson. Don't let them bring you down. Who brought her down? Did nobody bring her down but them rum punches? Like, what? So Toya in her confessional says this is what drunk Quad wanted. She wanted to get back at G and T. And that is the God's honest truth. Let me say, Toya has come a long way. I couldn't stand Toya at one point. But Toya has really grown over the last few seasons, and honestly has become the voice of reason and the person that's calling stuff out as it is. Toya has come a long way. So King says, he's talking to the new girl psychiatrist's husband, and was like, she's still bringing that trauma from the past into the present, even though she don't want to. Well, that goes to show you that she's not healed. She still got a lot of baggage and things that she needs to deal with before she can fully commit herself to you. So maybe if I was you, I would be telling her, I must take a step back until you get that together. Because if this is a common thread in y'all relationship of her having these outbursts about her divorce and her ex, that's a problem. So, Quiet Thompson, you did me wrong and I build you up. The shit I have on you, you don't want it for real. Like, once again, y'all are divorced. And nobody told you to bring your ass back on this show. You knew that this man and this woman were on there. They actually have the right to be there. You don't. So why did you come back? Oh, because you needed it financially. I don't understand why she has this vendetta against this man so hard. I don't get it. So, like I said, Gregory and T are heading back to their room, and he's upset with her for arguing with Quad. And she was like, if she say something to me, I'm gonna say something back. Like, I don't know what you think, but I'm not just gonna sit up there and let nobody talk to me no any kind of way. And I agree with T. I agree with her. And it's like, Gregory, if you don't want her to argue or say anything, then you need to do the same thing yourself. But once again, like I said, I think that it was more so about his anger and he misplaced it. So they get back to the room and he's upset. And she like, I don't understand why you so mad. He was like, look, I'm about to go take a walk. And she follows in behind him. And he was like, I don't want Quad a part of this. He was like, I'm tired of the negativity. And I understood where he was coming from. Like, he was basically saying to her, I don't want that to infiltrate what we have. Because she and that situation is so negative and probably took a lot out of him. And he's found happiness and peace with her. And being in this environment is already strenuous enough, but now, that she poking at him and they both responded. And so now we in it and he didn't want that. But at the same token, this is what you signed up for when you decided to come back on this show, Gregory. It's the same thing for you and her. Y'all both knew what y'all was getting involved with. If either one of you weren't on this show, you wouldn't have to deal with this. So then it becomes a topic of conversation of, do we need to exit stage left? Because then you won't have to deal with it at all. So he ends up leaving and going on a walk. And Sweet Tea asks to talk to Toya and Contessa and tell them what happened. And Toya says to her, G had to be bothered hearing his ex-wife sit up here saying how she getting her back broke 15 times a day when she stopped having schmecks with him for 3 years. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that. That had to hurt and be a stab to his ego. And Sweet Tea was like, I don't think it was that or whatever. I just think that he didn't want me arguing with her. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but they're right too, Sweet Tea, and you need to listen to them, my love. So Damon, Heavenly, Groot, and Big Country are all talking, and Damon sympathizes with Gregory and says this has to be hard on him. And I was like, I don't like you this season, Damon, but you're speaking the gospel truth. Then we end the episode with Sweet Tea getting back on the elevator, heading back up to their hotel room, and she's trying to contact Gregory, and he's sending her calls to voicemail, which was not right. I don't like the way he handled her at all. At all. At all. I can understand he needed to go take a walk, but he shouldn't have taken his anger out on her. Point blank and the period. So when him and King get into this altercation, I guess maybe on next week's because it's not coming on this Sunday. On next week's episode, Quad is the cause of all of this. She started all of this. She really honestly did. But I'm gonna give this week's episode of Married to Medicine an A. It was really good, and as you can see, I had a lot to say. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought. Let's talk about it. And if you guys have not joined me over on Patreon, please do so right now on my second tier, which is the High Tea Squad tier, which is $12 a month. You not only get to watch all of the reality shows that I review for this channel, but we're watching season 1 of Interview with a Vampire. I'm also going to be watching the new show Paradise, I believe that's what it's called, on Hulu, with old boy from This Is Us, where I believe he plays like one of the security members of the president's team, and then he's framed for maybe unaliving or trying to harm the president. So we're going to check that out this week, and we're watching Erica Mena's new reality show, Two Ways or whatever child it's called, over on Zeus, where she is trying to find love, and she of course is bisexual, so you have female and male contestants. Episode 1 came out this past Sunday, and it was a hoot. You know, I don't like Erica, but I do like Zeus dating shows, and it started off with a bang, honey. It was a really good episode. So, like I said, join me over on Patreon. We are kicking it over there. The link is down below in the description box. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.